Thank you for joining us today on Empowered Living, One Step at a Time with HIW. Our goal is to support your wellness journey with research-backed insights, helping you navigate the expanding world of health and wellness, an area too often sidelined in favor of economics and politics. Taking responsibility for our wellness is an act of empowerment, and every step toward understanding it brings us closer to true well-being. We invite you to stay for the disclaimer at the end of this podcast, which provides important context for the information shared. Autism and vaccines, a controversial connection. Autism, once a rare neurological disorder, has seen an alarming increase in incidence. In the 1940s, autism affected approximately 1 in 2,325 children. Today, that number has skyrocketed to 1 in 150, sparking urgent debates about its causes. While genetics play a role, the dramatic rise suggests environmental factors are at play, one of the most controversial being childhood vaccinations, the rise of autism and changing vaccine schedules. Over the last several decades, the number of vaccinations given to infants has significantly increased. In 1976, children received 11 vaccinations. By 1996, that number had tripled. The concern? Many of these vaccines contain thimerosal, a mercury-based preservative linked to neurodevelopmental disorders. Mercury is known to be highly toxic, particularly to the developing brain. By 6 months of age, infants receiving standard vaccinations were exposed to mercury levels far exceeding Environmental Protection Agency (EPA) safety limits, sometimes by as much as 48 times the allowable amount. Given that the human brain undergoes rapid development in the first 2 years of life, exposing infants to such levels of mercury raises significant concerns. Adding to this, many vaccines also contain aluminum, another neurotoxic metal. Studies have shown that when mercury and aluminum are combined, their toxicity increases, further elevating risks to the developing nervous system. Both metals have been implicated in Alzheimer's, Parkinson's, and multiple sclerosis, highlighting their long-term dangers. Scientific controversy, what studies show. The possible link between vaccines and autism has been widely debated, but several studies suggest a strong connection. Dr. Thomas Verstraeten, a researcher at the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, CDC, found that children exposed to thimerosal-containing vaccines had a 248% increased risk of developing neurological disorders, including autism. However, when his findings were later published after industry involvement, the results were altered to downplay the risk. Similarly, the Geyer father-son research team analyzing CDC data found a 600% increase in autism rates among children receiving thimerosal-containing vaccines, a 610% increase in mental retardation, a 220% increase in speech disorders. Despite these findings, mainstream medical organizations and public health officials have downplayed concerns, citing inconclusive evidence. The CDC and FDA initially dismissed concerns about mercury toxicity, even after an internal memo from Merck, a vaccine manufacturer, revealed that children were receiving mercury doses 87 times higher than the FDA's safety limit. A top-secret meeting in 2000 in Norcross, Georgia, attended by CDC and FDA officials, acknowledged that thimerosal posed a risk, yet instead of alerting the public, vaccine manufacturers adjusted studies to obscure the findings. Aluminum, another hidden danger. In addition to mercury, aluminum, used in vaccines as an immune system stimulant, has been implicated in neurological damage. Research by Dr. R.K. Gherardi found that aluminum in vaccines can trigger chronic immune activation in the brain, leading to long-term neurological disorders. This process, called microglial activation, has been observed in autism and other neurodegenerative diseases. One of the most concerning findings was that aluminum could persist in the body for years. Patients affected by aluminum toxicity reported muscle pain, memory loss, nerve damage, and even multiple sclerosis-like symptoms. The hepatitis B vaccine, which contains aluminum, was found to increase the risk of multiple sclerosis by 300% in one study. Are vaccines the only concern? While vaccines have become the focal point of the debate, other factors may contribute to the rise in autism, including environmental toxins, pesticides, heavy metals. Prenatal exposures, maternal infections, nutrient deficiencies, dietary factors, gut microbiome imbalances. Nutrition plays a crucial role in neurodevelopment. Several studies suggest that omega-3 fatty acids, vitamin D, and antioxidant-rich diets may help mitigate the risk of neurodevelopmental disorders. Moreover, natural infections have been found to play a protective role in strengthening the immune system. Some researchers argue that the elimination of natural childhood diseases through mass vaccination may be contributing to immune system dysfunction. Moving forward, informed choices. The controversy surrounding vaccines and autism remains unresolved. While public health officials stress the importance of vaccinations in preventing infectious diseases, growing concerns about vaccine safety demand further investigation. Parents should be empowered to understand vaccine ingredients and potential risks, ask for thimerosal-free and aluminum-free vaccines, consider alternative immune support strategies, including optimal prenatal nutrition and breastfeeding. Additionally, several vaccines, including influenza, hepatitis B, and varicella chickenpox, may not be necessary for all children, as natural immunity from infections provides stronger, lifelong protection. Ultimately, informed decisions, backed by independent research, are crucial to ensuring children's neurological well-being without unnecessary risk. As the debate continues, transparency in vaccine safety studies is essential to restoring public trust and ensuring the best health outcomes for future generations. This podcast is for informational purposes only and is not intended as medical advice. Always consult a qualified healthcare professional before making decisions about your health, vaccinations, or treatments. The information shared is based on available research and discussions within the medical and scientific community. We encourage you to explore multiple sources and make informed choices that align with your well-being. We appreciate you spending this time with us. If today's episode resonated with you, feel free to share it, follow us for more, and continue walking your wellness path, one step at a time. For further information, see Autism Science Foundation, PubMed Central PMC, Oxford Academic, Clinical Infectious Diseases, PubMed Central PMC, MMR Vaccine, and Autism.